Is this thing on? Y'all, it's time to Money Out Loud, the book and financial edutainment show that I just got tired of waiting for a network to produce. I'm Berna, your financial hype woman and mysteriously rich auntie in training. Our first segment is a little something I like to call Learning Out Loud, where I consume the money stuff you don't have time for and I barf you my notes. Today we're talking about financial trauma. Whew. And when I asked, so many of y'all recommended financial educator Rahkim Sabree. I listened to about 90 minutes of solid gold content, and here are 3 things you need to know. 1, yeah, you probably have financial trauma. Number 2, we can achieve our money goals in a trauma state. Blew my mind. Number 3, you gotta baby step it and find help, and I'll tell you how. Ready? If anyone would like to show up and give me a pile of cash, please don't wait until my funeral, okay? I will DM you my P.O. box. What is financial trauma? It's something you probably have. As financial educator Rahkim Sabree says, it's any instance in your life, either you observed it or you experienced it yourself, that had a negative impact on the way you view, interact with, or believe about money. What that mean? It's like the way that we observed crypto bros and Kim Kardashian shoving it down our throats for like 2 years and then watching it all fantastically crash, literally ruining lives. It's financial trauma, okay? I never trusted the bros or Kim, but now. Or the way that I experienced my parents filing for bankruptcy after the 2008 housing crisis. Financial trauma. Now you bring up homeownership, I'm immediately in fight or flight. Licensed therapist Asia Evans says that our ideas about money are formed between the ages of 7 and 9. Only thing I remember about money at home between the ages of 7 and 9 is that constant low boil feeling of secrecy and shame and anxiety. It's a very common experience, especially in low income and first gen immigrant households. And then how did I grow up to feel about money in my 20s? Secrecy, shame, and anxiety. Imagine where that came. Why does any of this matter? Because trying to achieve your money goals with financial trauma is like swimming with a backpack full of rocks. It's not impossible, but it's hella work. But take it from me, it's also hella doable. Cute sweater, I want it. I'm gonna stop you right there, honey. Okay, you don't deserve it, okay? You don't deserve anything. Okay, it's just a sweater. You literally haven't worked hard enough today or like in your life to deserve a nice treat. Okay, so what makes you think? Feels harsh, okay? Therapist TikTok told me that my work is not my worth. Oh, so you think that your mom worked 3 jobs to raise you so that you can become the Imelda Marcos of sweaters. Wow. Okay, well, let's call her. It's on sale, okay? It's $25. But you owe $25,000 in student loans. How is $25 gonna make a difference? I feel like you forgot that having debt actually makes you like a dark-souled monster with a swamp ass, and you should only be like eating by whispering the word food onto your plate and eating your breath, right? Like if you're cold, wear your shame. You know what? Everyone has financial issues, but we all deserve to spend our money how we want. Except for you garbage can. Except for me. True, thank you. Okay, this blew my mind. In the podcast Overcoming Financial Trauma, Rahkim Sabree asked a financial therapist a really interesting question. Imagine that you're talking to a 21-year-old black man and he says to you, look, we see things like the death of artists like Takeoff and we don't feel like we're even gonna live past 30. So what's the point of saving for retirement? Great question. And I'm gonna paraphrase here, but Asia Evans, a licensed financial therapist, said this. She said, that person is in a trauma state and you have to prioritize the person, not the money, and meet them where they're at. So we're not gonna talk about retirement, we're gonna talk about fear. Forget whether or not he has a brokerage account. Does he have hope to live past 30? How can we grow that? And then how can we save our first $500? Let's start there. She said, we're not gonna jump to the dream of having millions of dollars and retiring early because that's not his experience right now. We gotta start with, what do you want your life to look like? And that is why we need to unpack our financial trauma before we inhale money content written by unrelatable white men. Thank you. $1 for my thoughts? Thank you. Trying to learn new money habits without unpacking your financial baggage is like putting a Band-Aid over a broken bone. Like, okay, you can do it. It's not impossible. No one's gonna stop you, but I know that your leg doesn't bend that way, Kevin. There was a study by the University of Cambridge that said that our money habits are pretty much set in stone by age 7. Age 7. The money lessons I was learning in my household at age 7, secrecy and shame and anxiety. Because here's how it works. You get all into a new financial groove, right? You learn new habits, new tips, new tricks, podcast, books, delicious, delicious. I have a routine, I have a spreadsheet, I have an app, I have a life. But what happens is the second you slip up due to absolute normal human shit, maybe you overspend one week, maybe you step off your budgeting routine because of life. Your unresolved financial baggage is just like posted up, waiting in the shadows. Like, I can't wait till she has a totally normal human slip up and falls off her routine so I could beat her over the head with feelings of inadequacy and financial shame and failure just like I have her entire life. See? So take a frickin' beat and ask yourself, if I have a bad money habit, where did that come from? How did I learn this? What is that rooted in? And most importantly, is it still true? And of course, if necessary, grab a mental health professional to really help you talk through it. There is such thing as financial therapists. I would start with a financial therapy association. Google it. You can literally check boxes and filter for your specific financial trauma. It's incredible. Got it? Okay. Mwah. Love you. What to do if you think you have financial trauma, as paraphrased by financial educator Rahkim Sabree. Step 1, yeah, you probably do have it. It's time to accept, because most people either have it or will have it. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're normal. The sooner we normalize it for ourselves and each other, the sooner we can move past the shame and onto the growth. So make friends with it. Invite it in, offer it a snack, like your mom taught you. Come on. Step 2, as he says, bring yourself current. That means get honest about what parts of your money life gives you the most anxiety or discomfort and why. Ask yourself, are there beliefs that you've been carrying around about money that are having a negative impact on you? Where did they come from? Who taught you that? And is it still true? And step 3, I love this one. What do you want your money life to look like? I love this tip from Rahkim. You know the debt snowball strategy that folks talk about, where you attack your smallest debt just to get the little psychological dopamine hit? Do that with your money goals. Start off small, aim for the motivation, and go slow. With your money and your brain and your heart, do not try to tackle all the big things at once. Financially, we are baby. Welcome to our very first segment called Secrets Out Loud, where we put your financial shame on blast. Now, this episode has been about financial trauma. And what have we learned about financial trauma? Most of the time it comes from where? Our families, our caretakers. So I hopped on Instagram and asked y'all, give me your family's money secrets. I thought that there would be some hesitation, but you guys were just ready. Let's dig in, shall we? Okay, this one came in within like 30 seconds of me putting up the prompt. My widowed grandma had a secret boyfriend who showed up mysteriously at her funeral and gave us a pile of cash. If anyone would like to show up and give me a pile of cash, please don't wait until my funeral, okay? I will DM you my P.O. box. When my grandma's second boyfriend passed and the ambulance was on its way, my grandma goes, reach under the mattress for the bag. In that bag was $40,000 in cash she had been hiding from him the whole time. Yes. Piping. My mom has to give me fun money in secret because her white husband, it's their spelling, not mine, doesn't approve. Doesn't approve of what? If I don't approve of him, do I get to take his money too? Write me back. Grandpa gambled away family inheritance and grandma rebuilt. There's a theme happening here, and it's that women are financial bad bitches. And they've been. Grandmas know. Grandmas know, and they be knowing, and they've been knowing. My mom had a whole stash of cash that my dad didn't know about while they were married. I'm gonna need to roll call in the comments how common this is for you, if that's true for your family, because I am seeing a pattern and I love it for us. Okay, today's moral of the story for Secrets Out Loud is that ladies, stack that cash, hide that cash, steal from them, don't tell them, stack that cash, hide that cash, steal from them, don't tell them. This has been Secrets Out Loud with Berna, Family Trauma Edition. And remember, if you don't have something financially nice to say, send it to me. And that's a wrap on our first episode of Money Out Loud. If you like this, let me know in the comments, and you might want to pre-order my book, also called Money Out Loud, because the entire first chapter is about what? Financial trauma. Order it at heyberna.com or wherever you buy books, but go local. It's coming out April 25th. I'm Berna, and this was Money Out Loud. Let me hear ya. Now I do the beachy part. The beachy part. Just, yay. Yay.